And there's never anyone in the office.
I'm Roger Dixon, President and CEO of the Metropolitan Entertainment and Convention Authority, and it is my honor to officially welcome you to the Gean Leahy Mall at the riverfront. Thank you all for joining us today. This is truly an exciting moment in our city's history, the first phase of a transformation taking place in downtown Omaha. This is yet another project that demonstrates the amazing possibilities when the city and local philanthropics team up for a good of our community. We last gathered here in late February of 2019 to break ground at the Gean Leahy Mall. In that time, this park has undergone an evolution redesigned to welcome large crowds with 50,000 square feet of lawn space and a number of permanent amenities. Mecca welcomed the opportunity to oversee construction over these past 3 years and will continue to manage daily park operation, activation, maintenance going forward. Today marks the first day of the Gean Leahy Mall's grand opening celebration. On day one, this park will be highly programmed with daily, weekly, and monthly events, beginning tonight with a free concert featuring Emmy and Tony Award-winning performer Kristen Chenoweth, backed by the musicians from the Omaha Symphony at 8 p.m. Activities resume tomorrow with a sunrise yoga and continue all day long until country music star Brett Eldridge and special guest Lauren Alana take the stage in a brand new performance pavilion on Saturday night. I'd like to thank Ken Stenson, Mo and Bai for their vision and efforts to make the riverfront become a reality. Mayor Gean Stothert for being an advocate for the progress in our city, and the Omaha City Council for their diligent feedback, consideration, and ultimate approval of this monumental renovation. We have some speakers lined up to say a few words this morning. After that, we'll gather to cut the ribbon, officially open Gean Leahy Mall at the riverfront to the public. First, I'd like to introduce Mayor Gean Stothert.
Omaha is a great city, and this undeniably is a great park, first of three. The Gean Leahy Mall at the riverfront is the centerpiece of a reimagined business, entertainment, and residential district. It is a masterpiece of design. It's a place for everyone, for adventurous sliders and playground climbers, for lovers of art, music, and theater, for conversation, ceremony, and celebration, for relaxation and reflection. It is a destination for our citizens and for every visitor that comes to Omaha. The Gean Leahy Mall creates a beautiful connection to the Missouri River, and it honors the vision of Mayor Gean Leahy 50 years ago to rebuild downtown with a central park to reverse the decline of the urban core. Mayor Gean Leahy took a risk, and it certainly paid off. Today, we recognize that important history and celebrate our promising vision for a new downtown Omaha. Parks and recreation are vitally important to establishing and maintaining a quality of life, ensuring the health of our citizens, and contributing to the environmental and economic well-being of our entire community. The Riverfront Park will help attract new talent to Omaha, new convention business, new development, and new events. This beautiful public space is an extraordinary example of a private-public partnership that will have long-lasting benefits to Omaha. We are more than fortunate to have a generous private sector that is so willing to contribute to city projects for every one of us to enjoy. Today is possible thanks to the Downtown Riverfront Trust led by Ken Stenson and Moens Bai. On behalf of the people of Omaha, thank you, Ken and Moen, for leading one of the most significant projects in our city's history. You built the foundation with donors so others could see the vision. Your partnership enhances our great city. Your love of Omaha and its people is apparent in every detail that surrounds us today. As partners and friends, we thank you, and I'm proud to introduce you. Ken Mullins.
Thank you, Mayor. Mullins, are you coming up to join me here? Thank you.
I have an important job back here with the umbrellas.
Good morning, and thanks for joining us. Apologize for we had a little final dusting we had to do, so we arranged for some rain this morning just for a while. It'll go away.
These are tears of happiness.
That's right. That's right. You like what you see so far? Great, great, great. Well, this is really an exciting time for the citizens of the city of Omaha and surroundings, because this is going to be a park for lots of people. And we're so delighted to be here to take part in the groundbreaking this morning, or not the groundbreaking, we were here in the groundbreaking, but to be here for the ribbon cutting, I should say, this morning. It's kind of hard to realize for Mullins and I that it was about 5.5 years ago that we were spending our time fleshing out the concepts of what we might do with this 3-park area that was very underutilized. And then of course we had about 3.5 years ago in February of 2016 the groundbreaking. It was a little chillier than it is today, right over at one of the corners over here to get this thing all started. And frankly, as we look back at what our thoughts were back at that period of time, I think it's clear to us that the reality has far surpassed whatever we could have visualized at that time. The success that we have experienced in the development of this project is really the result, as often things are, of a collaboration amongst a series of partners, a number of really important partners. And the first of which is Mayor Gean and the city of Omaha. And the first time we went, Mullins and I met to meet with the mayor and kind of explain what this might all be, she didn't hesitate. She said, "That sounds fantastic. We're in, 100% in, and have been 100% in ever since." As has been the city council, and there's quite a few city council members here around this morning. We thank them also for their approval of this project, their unanimous approval and support for this project, and we appreciate all that they have done to help make this possible. Next on the list, and at the top of the list with anybody else, are our donors. Mullins is going to talk a little bit more about our donors in a moment here, but without them, obviously, we have no park. As you maybe have seen a sneak preview of, or will see more of as the day goes on here, this new park complex is really a masterpiece of architecture and engineering and construction. And we're grateful for the extraordinary work of OJB Architects. And OJB stands for the Office of James Burnett. They're branded as OJB. And you wouldn't know who James Burnett is, but he's standing right over there. And he and his team have led the design of this incredible park here. Also involved are the HDR engineers, and there's quite a few of the HDR people here this morning, Kiewit people, and they've been led by the MECA team. So a great team put together that has really accomplished all that you see here, and will continue to work to complete the other 2 parts of our park complex. Mullins?
Thank you, Ken. You know, as we are opening the first park of this extensive riverfront project, it's not only a wonderful addition to our city, it's also a great example of a public-private partnership. It takes a lot of funds to get this done. And when Ken and I first discussed the project with Mayor Stothert, we told her that we could only undertake raising the money for this if the city also stepped up with monetary support. She readily agreed, and she has been a wonderful supporter ever since. In total, we raised close to $400 million in a fairly short period of time for this kind of a project. This can only happen in Omaha. We have a philanthropic community that's the envy of most larger cities than ours. You know, philanthropy is not just giving money away. It is investing money in the community, not for a financial return, but for a community return. Each philanthropic foundation or corporate philanthropic endeavor, they may have each their own focus. It could be social services, it could be economic development, the arts, or other focuses. But they all found this project a compelling story, and they stepped up in a big way. There's no way we would be here today without them. So thank you to the philanthropic community. What will be created here with the Riverfront project is nearly an 80-acre canvas that over time can be populated with additional community assets, and also will be a catalyst for further development around it. Good examples are the Kiewit Luminarium down at Lewis and Clark Landing, the Mutual of Omaha new headquarters, and the extension development at the Conagra campus. And I'm sure more to come. Ken.
You know, one of the first things that Moens and I realized and took initiative to do was to recruit a steering committee, some people that were knowledgeable about the community and the processes that we were going to go through to give us advice and guidance and support to the project team. And I think all four of the ones I wanted to cite are here. Doug Bisson of HDR, Steve Jensen, I saw Steve's a former city planner, Brick Bench, who was the parks director at the City of Omaha at the time, and Michael Alley, Alley Pointer Architects. These four people spent countless hours with our design team and the architects, the engineers, Moens and myself, really giving great support and guidance to the development of this incredible project. So we're grateful to them and the amount of time and effort that they've shared to help make this a success. One of the first things that we decided we ought to do as a steering committee was establish some objectives, or as we called them at the time, guiding principles. And we did this with a lot of public input. We, I think, had about 6 different public meetings, invited the public to share our general thoughts and so forth. And out of those discussions and our thought process, we developed these objectives, these guiding principles. And there's 3, and we've been quite successful, I'm proud to say, in sticking with them. And as 3 examples, at least, the first is our objective to connect with the Missouri River. That's a long-term objective of Omaha leadership, is how do we take advantage of this amazing river that goes by us every day? We're not quite there yet, but a year from now, when we're complete with the Heartland of America Park reconstruction, with Lewis and Clark Landing, we'll have nearly a mile of riverfront, activated riverfront on the Missouri River. Objective accomplished. The second important objective was to create a variety of active spaces. Again, if you've poked around here a little bit, you'll have seen this, but you'll see more of it as time goes by. But I mean, an incredible kids park feature over there, climbing structures and the like. Sculpture garden over the whole length of that side of the Gean Leahy Mall. Performance pavilion, event lawn, and so forth, which I think is going to be fantastic for our show tonight and the show tomorrow night. That last night we were here for the rehearsal of Kristen Chenoweth, and people seemed to be walking by and attracted by this music, and a crowd developed around the perimeter of the park. I think there's going to be a lot of people here tonight, and we're excited about that. Second part accomplished. And third is to be determined for sure, but we are optimistic about the outcome, and that was to be a catalyst for growth and economic development for our area here. We did have a study done of the potential economic development impact of this park complex, and the outcome of that basically was, over the next 30 years or so, we could anticipate a $10 billion impact just because we have all this park here. That's a huge number that we're incredibly optimistic about. And I'm also, in that same vein, confident that the riverfront will be a meaningful factor, I think a very meaningful factor in our workforce development, in retaining our young people who sometimes tend to go to other places to start their careers, and some of them don't come back. We want to keep those people in Omaha, and we not only want to keep them, we want to attract young people from outside of Omaha here to enhance our workforce and enhance the quality of life in our community. So I think that's going to happen. Again, time will tell. Well, and again, as I alluded to, while we're happy to celebrate today the opening of the Gean Leahy Mall portion of our park complex, we do have work to do. But in a year or so from now, right around a year from now, we will have the second park opening, which will open up Heartland of America and Lewis and Clark Landing. And when those are complete, I am confident to say, and if you wanted to ask for a corollary opinion, ask Mr. Burnett over there, who does a lot of landscape design for parks around America. This will be in the top handful of parks in America, perhaps the world. So we're so excited about that. In summary, it's a great time to be in Omaha. And thanks again for being here.
Rain kind of makes soggy paper. I want to thank everybody, and we'd like to invite our speakers along with the key city and project leaders to join me where we officially cut the ribbon and welcome our community to the Gean Leahy Mall at the riverfront. Thank you again for all coming.
All right, Harry, you're in charge.
All right, we're going to do this on the count of
Guys, here, put your
5. We'll count down. Are we ready?
Oh, wait, there we go.
Oh, hold on. Okay. 5, 4, 3,
Get out of here.
1. Yes. Congratulations. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. You want to keep this as a souvenir? Guys, your help.
Okay. Hi. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Thank you. Oh, what's your guys' first and last name? Okay. What's your first name? And what's your last name?
There it is, pro-choice, bands off our bodies, not your body, not your choice. It's actually about life. It's actually about controlling women, making white majority generational poverty. Okay. There it is, guys. Thank you. Yeah, it's gonna yeah.
we went all over the country looking at other parks, what works, what doesn't work, and put everything into the design of this. So there's something for everybody. The old Gean Leahy Mall was very successful in what it did in the 70s when it was built. It was built with a lot of great green spaces and the longer events, and it gave us a sense